Brandon Mars, how do you say it?
Marcellus.
Mm-hmm. He posted this. Have you guys seen the movie A Bug's Life?
Yes.
What the fuck?
So he posted this clip on Instagram.
When the king of ants talks about...
So I'm going to play the clip, but it's the grasshopper.
Or the grasshopper, yeah.
Since people can't see the video, it's essentially the one ant stands up to them. They like beat his ass. And then when they're back, he like takes a piece of grain out of their little feeder and he throws it at one of the grasshoppers. And he's like, I'll just play it. And then we can talk afterwards.
I feel like I would hope most people have seen it.
Puny. Say, let's pretend this grain is a puny little ant. Didn't that hurt? Nope. Well, how about this one? Are you kidding?
He's throwing little things at him, little grains.
Just one. And then he unloads the whole clip on him.
You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life. It's not about food. It's about keeping those ants in line. That's why we're going back. Yeah, boys.
So yeah. And that's what we talked about on the last podcast of like how I felt like everyone was figuring out we outnumber these cops like with the artwork. And when I saw that clip, I was like, I've thought about that clip before in the past when I've watched it as an adult, being like, oh shit, like the metaphors in these movies are crazy. But
Hell yeah.
I just really like that. Wanted to start the podcast off with that.
Check. There we go. Dang it.
Are we episode 34? Welcome to episode 34 of Free Smoke Podcast. I'm AP here with Liv and Plugga. You can find us on anchor.fm/Free Smoke Podcast for a quick link to all platforms. Follow us on Spotify and rate and review on iTunes. You can donate on Anchor monetarily if you're able. Where are we? Twitter, Free Smoke Pod. Instagram at Free Smoke the Podcast. Individually at Liv_Musique. Everywhere at Slim Plugga with 2 G's. Everywhere at Day One AP. Everywhere. Follow Signal Radio everywhere. That's SIGNL in all caps, but that's no cap. Never
losing a connection. Sorry, I was looking at who unfollowed me, and I just saw, who is it? Oh, Karma. Karma unfollowed me, which is funny.
She's calling this shit out.
That's Tiger funny. Lily Music unfollowed me.
They can't deal with the racism. Reverse racism.
Justin Hale unfollowed me.
He unfollowed me too.
I mean, I don't care about telling any of these people anything. I don't care.
It is. Yeah, download one of these apps. You can tell who unfollowed you and for what reason.
Boop. Elise told me to download. I'd never had these, and Elise was like, no, if you're going to manage your account and try to read your following, you need to have that.
I hope that Elise listens to this. And
this is from today, too. Yeah, this is from today.
Impression that she just did of her girlfriend.
This is from today. Yeah.
Damn.
Hey, Justin Hill. I check it like once a week, and Justin Hale unfollowed me today. The Prince of the Six.
The Prince of the Six.
Oh, maybe. I really do think people are I don't know. Actually, I don't even give a fuck. I'm not going to give that that much.
He's a rapper from here. Well, he's not from here. That's why it's weird. He's Prince of the Six, considering he's from another place.
I was just talking to him on Twitter today. That's funny.
But, okay, so we're back.
We're back.
It's been a week. The world is crazy. It's clear that no one in this room right now gives a fuck. In this episode, hold on. Hey, Siri, set an alarm for 9 p.m.
I've set an alarm for 9
Got it, bitch. All right. We're out of here in an hour.
This is a shorter episode.
It's a short episode. When this bitch goes off, that's when we're done. But, yeah, I feel like everyone's not a short fuse. I feel like, I'm not going to speak for both of you. I feel like you're both in a slightly better place. A little more.
I'm in a, laugh so I can't cry phase. That's what someone said today. Like, Liv, you sound better. And I was like, don't get it twisted. I think I'm just entering, this is all getting so ridiculous that it's entering that point where it's just it's funny that it's getting so stupid.
Yeah.
While it's still hella crazy shit going on that's significant that I need to think about with the pandemic and friends and family and jobs. So it's it's just crazy because it's there's just so much shit going on. And it's just Now it's just starting to be funny. Like I told my friends today, or my coworkers, I was like, work and everything outside of work is beginning to feel a little like a reality TV show. Like this is all getting dumb. So that's where I'm at.
I feel you. I have to completely agree there. Like none of this shit makes sense to me at all. So, especially in this city, I don't know what the fuck's going on here. I can't even mentally make sense of anything. It sucks.
Let's not.
There we go.
To not get it twisted, I didn't mean like you guys have moved past this or anything.
No, I know.
Just kind of like it has become like it's so for the people do know because it's made national news at this point.
Yeah.
Capitol Hill. How do you say that word? Autonomous? Is that how you say it?
Autonomous?
Autonomous.
That's
zone?
what I thought.
Autonomous?
Yeah. Is a free couple blocks in Capitol Hill that people have taken over because the police have moved out of the East Precinct, but they moved out as bait, in my opinion. But regardless, that's why I thought everyone was doing a little better just because, like, the cause is still here. This core group, and I feel like our core group of friends, artists, whatever, have not lost sight of the mission. Everyone in Cap Hill,
At least it looked like that
mostly
to
white,
me.
have lost sight,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
White people are the problem.
I was about to say react. But
You don't have to. Wrong podcast. We react on this podcast. I think like just off like first thing we're gonna go out there today, like after this, and I think the first thing I want to see is just like I don't want to add like someone was like, well, just go down there and talk to people. I was like, one, again, don't ask Black people to do stuff, how to do stuff during this time. First thing, especially it was like I thought this was about us, you know, and helping the cause and the things and the systems that affect us. So I was like, I feel like if I don't feel that from afar, to me, that's an issue. First thing. And I wasn't the only Black person because a few people were like, yeah, I agree with you. Like, I don't really understand what's going on. It doesn't feel the same. So I want to go and see if like, can I feel that even just being in the space? But if I look like last night, I just asked, I was like, I don't really understand what this is now. Like, cause now I don't see Black Lives Matter in the post. Now I don't see the names of victims. I don't hear George Floyd's name, Breonna Taylor. I'm not hearing that. So I was like, well, what's going on? Like, I'm confused. And I think what I'm getting upset about, where I feel like people unfollowed or whatever, it's like, because I'm asking valid, critical questions. That's like, at the end of this, which what I said last week, we will be affected by all this the most, disproportionately in a lot of ways, with everything that's going on. So yes, I'm going to be critical and question, hey, is this still a thing? Has this moved on to something else? I saw pictures and I was like, well, I don't really see Black people. But then I also was like, I believe if we barricaded an area off with just us and had guns, I think they would kill us, which ironically, which is what this was about, is that we can't do certain things and get the same freedoms as other people. And so I was getting upset because I was like, I just feel like it didn't feel like it felt a week ago. So then I clicked on the hashtag and I started just going through and looking at the posts. Again, I'm like, this isn't about Black lives anymore.
No.
It feels like, okay, then I'm seeing stuff about anarchists. I see stuff about Trump. Then I see stuff about Rasimone. All this stuff where I'm like, it's just not the message or the movement. So I'm getting pissed. So then I just start asking people. I say, hey, can someone tell me what this is? Is it still Black lives at the forefront? I got people emailing me. I'm emailing people. I'm DMing people. People are DMing me. Nobody says, yes, this is what's going on. Everybody's like, well, I mean, kind of. Or, you know, maybe they need more leaders. Like, yes, there's a lot of white people there, but it's kind of like a more general sense now. We're just kind of, and I'm like, if you can't tell me just yes, that's a problem. And I think people were getting upset because it's like, they don't want people to rain on their parade. But I'm like, if a Black queer woman, your sister, your person is like asking and feeling uncomfortable, you should be like, oh man, if our people aren't feeling like this is ours, that's a problem. Not get mad because they might be ruining the party. Like, my nigga, if you're as down as you say, or if we're a people, if we're together, it should be okay that I'm asking these questions, right?
Right.
Like the James Baldwin quote is, I love America, which is why I have to tell you everything that's wrong with it. Like, I'm down for the cause and I want to help. But if you're looking stupid or if it looks confusing, I'm going to tell you. Like, that was the main thing. So I was upset because I'm just like, and then it's like turned into everything with Trump. And I'm like, now it's really not about anything. Now it's about Trump. Then he's like tweeting Inslee. Then Inslee's tweeting back. Then it's about Mayor Durkin. I'm just like, it's reality TV. It's like now it's like the drama is what's cool.
90% of it is about Raz at this point.
I didn't know that either till I was reading those tweets. Again, but Raz isn't like the movement. I don't give up.
He's
Like,
got solidarity with Nazis now, so.
is that?
According to Richard Spencer.
Oh God.
Richard Spencer sent him that solidarity tweet.
Oh God.
All I've seen is like sitting cross-legged watching 13th on a screen. I've seen people gardening in Cal Anderson.
There are
Cute,
still,
I guess, but
there are
like,
still black people who have to worry about returning to work, who have to worry about being sick, who are still at work, who are still fighting racism within their jobs, who are trying to figure out how to get their kids, what's going to happen with school, who they're also facing institutionalized racism and everything. There's still people in jail, black and brown people primarily in jail. Like, these are the things that are important to me, not all this other stuff, like this extra shit. Like, I don't understand. So when it starts to lose that fucking focus, I'm getting upset. Like, I don't give a fuck about any of this other stuff. Like, I really don't.
I agree.
I'm getting angry.
I agree.
CHAZ doesn't care about black lives.
Oh, apparently now they do.
Now they do. No.
No, I agree with
I
Jimmy.
agree.
It
They
didn't
don't.
feel like that at all.
No.
Like, I was like,
it's trash. Go home.
the name could have even, like,
Essentially.
you couldn't even pick a name that, like, was related to Black lives.
The
Like,
response that I got, because I was inspired by your tweet of like, when people weren't answering you, I was like, I had this like internal moment of like, well, maybe they'll answer a white dude because they're all white dudes. So maybe they'll level with me and be like, so I put my tweet out and it was still just like and I'm mostly cool with her, but Kaylee from Lux is like, they just kept asking me like, well, have you been there? What did you see? Were you there? Did you hear the speaker? I'm like, just tell me yes or no.
yeah.
Is it about this same movement? Because I'm not going if it's not. The end.
Yeah.
Like, and
It's
I'm
just
gonna,
not.
I'm
Like,
going to,
Like,
I'm
don't
going
get
tomorrow.
mad because I'm asking that question.
That's
like,
what's crazy. Is like I'm going tomorrow to a march that Rel Be Free and Nikita have like spearheaded, and I know that's solid. Like,
Yeah.
I'm there. Amy is going to one that the silent march, and I know that one's solid. Everything happening Cap Hill in these tents, not that solid, and by not that solid, not solid at all.
Different motives for real.
I think what's kind of bothering me is it's feeling like very similar to like within work or when people are saying they're doing equity work and they're checking certain boxes, right? And so they're like, oh, we're going to hire a black person this, or we're going to make an equity statement, right? And so when I'm critiquing this or I'm asking these questions, people are trying to tell me, well, we're having black speakers or they're painting Black Lives Matter murals out there. And I'm like, great. That doesn't answer my question. Like, I just like, what's the plan here? And is the plan centered around us? Like, if it's not, let me know so I can, like, we could do something else. Or if it is, how can we support you? But it doesn't feel like that.
Yeah.
And it's okay for people to say that.
It
Like,
is.
a hella people told me that. Like, hella people were like, I don't really. Then they were like, well, if it's like about that, why is it even in Capitol Hill? Why would we not do it in like a neighborhood where we could be at, or where people, like more black people have access to, if that's what it's about, all this type of stuff. And I'm like, these are great questions. I don't know.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of black artists say that this shit wouldn't fly in the South End and that they've been protesting over there and it's just a lot different. So I think that that's why I was like, how can you people, and by you people, white people, not see that like you've diluted it, you've co-opted it, everyone's over here doing the actual mission. Like, why can't you see that? Because the only people that were giving you straight up answers were black people. And they were like, I don't think it is, and we're going to go over here and do stuff. And they're literally having to post graphics that's how I was going to go to Olympia today and go to the march on the Capitol, but someone put out a graphic that was like the ones in bold are led by Black Lives Matter people, or at least led by black people. These other ones were unsure, and or they're led by white people. And the Capitol was one I was like, I'm not about to wander into the state capitol unsure of like who's leading this shit and just get fucking blasted off the steps. But like I'm gonna go to the Nikita one, and I'm gonna go to these bolded ones because this is what this is what we were here for, and this is what the moment's for. I don't see this in other cities. You've had a lot of great tweets about this city, this white city, and like it's just other people aren't having these problems. They're not having leadership problems. They're not having co-opting problems. There's a little bit, but like it's not to what the scale is here.
Yeah, for sure.
What's kind of sick is that Raz is co-opted it, but he is a black man.
I also don't like this narrative of
the message
just
is getting
because
lost.
someone's black, that means, and if they're wrong in their behavior, we can't say anything. Also, I don't think that area it's not like a one leader who's like overseeing. That's what I'm saying. It's what the fuck are we talking about? What is this? What are we talking about? Like,
the whole point was to not have a leader. He's acting like the whole point was defund the police, abolition,
free protesters,
like, get rid of all of them, free protesters, not get rid of police and immediately be like, okay, I'm the new police chief, the people's police chief, and then immediately do stop and frisk, essentially.
Someone sent me a video and I didn't even know it was him. Like someone sent me a video of him walking around with the gun. And I didn't even know till someone else posted it and tagged him. I was like, oh, that's who was in that video. I had no idea.
I don't think Raz has a lot of time left. Not that he's going to get killed or anything. I just don't. He's getting ratioed hard online. Like everything he posts, 4,000 plus replies.
The internet is like,
they're just shitting on him.
Going ham.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to last long. I came here today with I was going to talk about like, when I moved to Seattle, when I was a terrible rapper, I was like...
Kid Chino.
I was like, I need to meet people. And what happened was, I liked Raz's music, because his music was still good. A little bit of shade.
We all caught that. That wasn't even subtle.
It wasn't even subtle, but... I really liked his music. He put out a post. He was on tour, and his mom needed to move from her studio. Me and one other person showed up and helped his mom move. So me and him connected. He started this thing called The Village, which was supposed to be like a collective of artists. And I thought, like, if I show up, like, I'm going to meet people. That's how I met Shayhan.
I was going to say Shayhan. I remember you telling me.
I met Jared through that. I met a lot of people through that. I owe Raz that. You kind of jump-started me in Seattle of, like, knowing people. He threw those Village meetings out of my house until they disrespected Amy and I kicked everybody out. But besides that, it was still normal. And then me and Hondo, when Town Talk started to kind of manage Raz. Until I noticed the things that are being talked about online, all the like the women stuff, the abuse stuff, I was like, I'm cool. Plus, you're not paying us with no intention to pay us. I'm out of here. Romero, hit me up later. All of this is to say that it's just like Raz has kind of he's been like this and people have known. I have known. I'm not coming on here today to make some like grand statement of like, because I don't have paperwork on him. Like I don't, there's not any concrete proof. People were asking me to make a statement because they need men to come make a statement. It's like, one, I'm trying to keep my family safe and my friends safe. Two, I don't have like concrete proof. I have stuff that I've seen, but like if you choose not to believe me, great.
Yeah.
But he's always been, I would say, opportunistic a little bit. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. It's just like, it's just been so crazy that I'm kind of like ranting. It's so weird is that he has this like power over people, and that's why I get with what I'm seeing is like when I first met him, Amy was like exhausted with me of like, I was so taken with this guy. Like he's charismatic. Like he's making all these promises. It's like, oh, we're going to Korea. We're going to be stars. Like, yep. Like, let's go. And that's why I feel like people have followed him a little bit. I would, in my opinion, tell people to stop because it's not safe and the videos are clear it's not safe. I don't really have any hatred towards him. I just don't really get what the motive is. And I don't get what the motive of his little cronies online are, where they're just like trying to like
hella back
The
him up and
trolls,
shit.
the
Like,
internet
you follow-
trolls
you
are
think-
like dominating that though. Don't even.
They are now. Before that, it was really like
Yeah.
they were dominating a lot of people that were calling him out on his shit. And
They're dominating one person. What is her name?
J-A-I?
Jai?
I don't know how to say it, but she has been really going after him. She posted a video of her talking to him yesterday,
Yeah.
and he cut the video when he realized it was going to go not the way he wanted.
Thought she handled herself well. She just very
see that.
like,
Oh, yeah, she's direct, for real.
yeah.
I appreciate that.
And that's why I'm not trying to cancel anybody without full proof, but like it's like the proof is slowly coming out.
Yeah.
Why are we? And I do think that people are moving a little scared. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little scared. He's walking around Cap Hill with a fucking AK. Like, how are we supposed to feel? Like,
Yeah.
And I get
Facts.
that all the stories being told about him are violent. Like the paperwork that has been posted is violent. It's just a little bit.
I would hope he wouldn't pick this time where all eyes are on him to like kill someone or seriously injure
I
someone.
don't think he's gonna
think
do
so.
that. I think it's past that point of there's too much attention now. They have beat up a couple people, but it is just kind of a weird. I just don't like that. Like the white people co-opting the movement. I feel like I'm talking a lot on this episode, but the people co-opting the movement that are white, everything is very clear. I don't really know what his motive is, and I don't know why. If you have all this baggage that people are trying to expose, why you're trying to be the loudest voice.
Right.
You'd think you'd be like, I make all this money, I do all this shit. Some of it might not be legal. I don't have any proof either way. You think you would just fall back and enjoy your money, but he's being very loud and acting like he's with the movement. Like he called Romero out on Twitter and was like calling him a snitch. And it's just like, bro, the videos are there.
Yeah.
Like, what are you? He's just kind of he's lost it a little bit. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree in the sense of online too. I don't think sometimes it's good to just say nothing. At least, especially at this point to me now, where it's just like the internet trolls are taking over.
Yeah.
There's videos. There's old documents or whatever links people are posting. Like, just chill. Like, step back. Also, I'm one of those people who I'm inclined to believe women. So if there is stuff out there and there's women saying stuff, I believe in believing women.
Same.
I don't care about if you're trying to help Black people or not. That's me personally. And then also I don't like any of this because I'm like, this whole story, everything with him is also taking away from what's
All of
going
it.
on. Like, how this is what's trending. This is what is the main topic in the city right now.
For some reason, it makes a lot of sense to me because it's like this, was it crabs in a barrel type of situation where a lot of people in the community want to be the voice of the city. You know what I'm saying? And it's a prime example of someone having a huge voice and utilizing it in the wrong ways. And he's seeing what happens when you make that mistake. I hope he sets an example for a lot of artists in the city to shut the fuck up.
There was someone who posted something, God, I can't remember, but they were basically saying like artists, celebrities, when stuff like this happens, they don't know how to just like support the movement and put the people who are on the ground and people who've been doing this, the real abolitionists who've really been doing this work at the forefront, versus why do you feel like you have to insert yourself and try to become them or align with them, versus you could just support them and use your platform and voice for that and push that, versus, which I agree with you, everybody's trying to be a leader and have a moment
It's like,
and be MLK.
listen to this local celebrity talk about nonsense, or actually listen to an organizer.
Exactly.
We talked about that last episode. It's like
Like
I don't think he's a dumb guy, but there's smarter people that have been doing this as a career, which is kind of sick to say someone's a career activist. But like Nikita's a career activist. She's a lawyer. She's very intelligent. She's very well spoken. She had a plan. She came to the mayor with a plan. Raz is a smart guy, but he rambles a lot.
Also, I've been hearing a lot of
freestyles a
like
lot.
fucking, and this is also why I was getting upset because they were saying that even up there or at CHAZ or whatever, it's like the voices are male dominated.
That too.
Like they're not really giving a lot of space for women to have a voice and be leaders or whatever. So I'm like, what the fuck are we doing then? Like if multiple people are messaging me, telling me this and participating in this, why aren't you there critiquing that?
Right.
Why are you saying, well, yeah, it's kind of like, it is like it is white dominated. It is pretty like, heavily male voices kind of like taking the mic and talking a lot. And I'm like, that tells you right there that we're not on the same page.
Straight problem. It's the issue that we're fighting against.
Yes.
Like it blows my mind that people don't understand that they're causing the problems.
Yeah. And not making anything better. Like in no way, shape, or form do I think that this co-op is helping Black people. I'm sorry.
Not even slightly. I'm going to go check it out tonight, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
I personally think it could potentially make it more unsafe for us in a way.
for sure.
I totally. It's a targeted place now.
They're
That Trump
coming.
has fucking throughout that next dog whistle. That place is targeted across the world.
Which I'm like, again, and people are thinking, I don't know. There's people who think that shit's cool, and I think it's weird. And also, I'm like, people were like retweeting Trump's tweet, basically saying like, oh, almost like we're on the map now, guys. We're really doing something. And I'm like, this isn't even. It's not about that. It's not about that. First, to me, if you're like retweeting that and using that to get some type of like, it's not about that. Like that is crazy to me. It's crazy that people are thinking like that's okay. Like that's cool.
I would like to say that a society like what they're talking about is great, but it's not what we're talking about right now. Like if we can not move past racism, if we can solve the issue here, we can get to that. We not living in tents and all the bullshit they're doing, but like community gardens and like really relying on people and sharing resources and like defunding and abolishing the police to where like if a homeless person's in the street having a mental breakdown, you don't call the cops, you call a mental health professional. All of that stuff is great, but we're still right here and we need to solve and work on this. But you're already over here in your fucking tents and gardening in Cal Anderson Park. Just shut the fuck up. And also, when people ask you questions online, answer them.
Yeah.
Or tell the truth. They've lost that part too of like, I feel like the first week it was like, I was preaching it too of like, my fellow whites, just shut the hell up and listen. Listen. And now no one's listening. Everyone's talking.
But they also
everyone's
got
there.
like, I think because they have some POCs and some Black people who, and I don't even know, if I see some of them tonight, I'm going to ask them like, explain this shit to me.
Why are you here?
Yeah. So I'm thinking like, they're not helping either.
No.
So I'm just like, just someone break it down for me, or just admit maybe we're a little off base. Like, let's have some honesty. Yeah, and then we can really do some shit. I mean, we could have done all this not without being in CHAZ. Like, if we need people from different, I know we need people from different industries who could meet and talk about like, hey, there's like a bigger issue. Like if we're talking about, and again, I'm just like, what's funny with like when people are talking about, oh, we're gonna really try to help the arts and help with music in the community, and I'm like, I promise you, the people who you need to be talking to they're not at CHAZ.
They're not there.
They're not going to show up.
Those people feel
You're
excluded.
not going to do.
That's crazy.
They're not going to do anything. You're not going to do anything or influence them. But those of us who are still at work, who are still talking to these people, still working, we're still doing stuff. Like that's not doing stuff. But it's like it's this idea. This is why I've also seen narratives are like. I mean, I've always known this, but to get to see it like really play out, like in our city, like in my life, and know people and be affected by it, it's really interesting because it really is like. People take a narrative because they want a hero, they want a villain, they want the underdogs, they want a redemption story. They want all that. This has all of that.
Yeah.
This is like
This is a movie.
Yeah.
It's not even a movement anymore.
Yeah. So that's what like people are taking all this stuff and running with it, and like it feels good. And then people are like, ooh, we're a part of something that's like being tweeted about and historical. Like, and that's what it's more so becoming about in my eyes.
Historical doesn't always mean positive either.
Mm-hmm. You might be on the wrong side of history.
You're going to look like a fucking jackass when you were part of CHAZ later in life.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a fucking SNL skit in no time.
But all I know is, can you turn me up over here? Is that racism was solved today.
Oh, God.
Oh, fuck. I just took a screenshot.
I take responsibility.
Hold on.
Oh, my God.
I take responsibility.
I take responsibility.
I take responsibility.
Responsibility.
Cash just takes responsibility.
I take responsibility for every unchecked moment.
By the way,
for every
listeners,
time
these are
it
all
was
white
easier
people.
to ignore than to call it out for what it was.
Yes.
Every not so funny joke.
Speak on it, King.
Every unfair stereotype.
Yeah.
Every blatant injustice, no matter how big or small.
Oh, for
Every
sure.
time I remained silent.
Every time I explained away police brutality.
Oh, my God.
Or turned a blind eye.
Oh, yeah.
I take responsibility. Black people are being slaughtered in the streets, killed in their own homes. These are our brothers and sisters,
Our friends. Our
I
family.
don't even like the way she said brothers and sisters.
We are done watching them die. We are no longer bystanders.
Who is this
We will
bitch?
not be idle. Enough is
Oh,
enough.
man.
I will no longer allow an unchecked moment. I will no longer allow racist, hurtful words, jokes.
I love him as an
stereotypes,
actor, but he's
no
lying.
matter how big or small, to be uttered.
There are some good actors in here. I'm not going to lie to you.
I will not turn a blind
Yeah,
eye.
they acting right now.
They're
Going
reading
for
a
job
script.
should not be a death sentence.
I can't
Sleeping
do the
in your
whole
own.
thing. But
What is it? Aaron Paul?
can't
His was the
believe that
best.
shit.
I'll go to the end. Hold
I
on.
can't believe
Aaron
that.
Paul from Breaking Bad. He really got into
He
character.
started it, but then
We can turn the tide. It is time to take responsibility. Call out hate. Step up. And take
he was like, he was in Jesse Pinkman character there.
I just didn't like this, like the. We are in a time. I fucking hated that.
I don't know. Racism's over. I don't know what to tell you guys.
My friend got mad at me because she posted that, and I was like, "Are you for real?" Also, I'm mad that NAACP posted that shit.
Oh, man.
I'm just like,
Jeez.
it's just like them singing Imagine. It's just like, why do you have to like make your own statement with like a graphic
Let me read something.
and
that's
donate
better.
money? And I don't care. Apparently, the website is pretty cool. I didn't look because the video was so ass.
I was
that
about to say, I was
didn't
like, I was not motivated to click on.
But apparently,
website.
like they're actually taking steps. But like, you made it about yourself again with your dumbass video.
Yes. Oh my god.
I will drink to that as well because that is.
Hold on, I'm about to read
Oh, my God.
what all of the black actors in Hollywood got together, created, and wrote. Now this is fucking tight. Like when I read this shit, I was like, when I say this is everything. Yeah,
That's
bear
what you
with me.
sent
This
us,
like,
right?
yeah, but this is like, I feel like it's worth a read. Dear White American Theater. We come together as a community of Black, Indigenous, and people of color, theater remakers in the legacy of August Wilson's The Ground on Which I Stand, to let you know exactly what ground we stand on in the wake of our nation's civic unrest. We see you. We have always seen you. We have watched you pretend not to see us. We have watched you unchallenge your white privilege, inviting us to traffic in the very racism and patriarchy that festers in our bodies while we protest against it on our stages, on your stages. We see you. We have watched you program play after play, written, directed, cast, choreographed, designed, acted, dramatoured, and produced by your rosters of white theater makers for white audiences, while relegating a token, if any, slot for a Black and Indigenous people of color play. We see you. We have watched you amplify our voices when we are heralded by the press, but refuse to defend our aesthetic when we are not, allowing our livelihoods to be destroyed by a monolithic and racist critical culture. We see you. We have watched you inadequately compare us to each other, allowing the failure of entire productions to be attributed to decisions you forced upon us for the comfort of your theater's white patrons. Meanwhile, you continue to deprioritize the broadening of your audiences by building no relationship with our communities. We see you. Let me find another one. This is long, but there's a few that are like fucking great.
It's crazy.
Oh yeah. We have watched you use our Black and Indigenous people's faces on your brochures, asking us to politely shuffle at your galas, talkbacks, panels, board meetings, and donor dinners in room full of white faces without being willing to defend the sanctity of our bodies beyond the stages you make us jump through hoops to be considered for. We see you. I was like, nigga, yes. We have watched you attend one Undoing Racism workshop, espousing to funders you are doing the work without any changes to your programming or leadership. You've been unwilling to even say the words anti-racism to your board out of fear of them divesting from your institutions, prioritizing their privilege over our safety. We see you, nigga.
Did it say that?
No. We have watched you dangle opportunities like carrots before emerging Black and POC artists, using the power of development, production, and awards to quiet us into obedience at the expense of our art and our integrity. We see you. We stand on the ground. We stand on this ground as Black and POC theater makers, multi-generational, at varied stages in our careers, but fiercely in love with the theater. Too much to continue it under abuse. We will wrap the least privileged among us in protection and fearlessly share our many truths about theaters, executive leaders, critics, casting directors, agents, unions, commercial producers, universities, and training programs. You are all a part of this house of cards built on white fragility and supremacy. And this is a house that will not stand. This ends today. We are about to introduce you to yourself.
Damn.
There's a lot more. Everybody should read it.
They about to purge the industry, bro.
Yeah, that's why I was like, when they said, I know they got scared and they were like, oh my God, they're going to call us all out.
Yeah, and they made that fucking video afterwards.
Aaron Paul was just like, look.
niggas was like,
yeah. Hold on, wait, before, I am not a part of this. I want you to know, I take full responsibility. I'm not one of these people. I will stand up.
They say, you see me.
The casting directors are like, oh my God, remember that? Oh God, I remember I told her to talk more Black. I shouldn't have said that. Oh, we put that horrible wig on her. Oh my God, they're coming for us.
The crazy part of that video is when they're just like, I will no longer let these jokes be said around me. So
Exactly.
It's like, so what have you been doing?
Yeah, son.
Like now,
you know,
before
damn
this
well,
video, what the fuck have people been talking
damn
about?
Well, they've said some shit.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh my. Yeah, that letter is powerful. That video is fucking horrible.
The clock is ticking at 27 minutes, so I'm going to play a song. But
I know what song we should end on, by the way.
Okay. I'm not playing a song that's like not known. You talked about it. I had posted it. I'm playing Feel by Kendrick Lamar just because I haven't listened to any new music or sought out new music.
Shit.
But this is better than that right now.
Ain't nobody praying for me. Nobody praying for me. Ain't nobody praying for me. Ain't nobody praying for me. Ain't nobody praying for me. Nobody praying for me.
Chip on my shoulders. I feel like I'm losing my focus. I feel like I'm losing my patience. I feel like my thoughts in the basement. I feel like you're miseducated. Feel like I don't wanna be bothered. I feel like you may be the problem. I feel like it ain't no tomorrow. Fuck the world. The world is ended. I'm done pretending. And fuck you if you get offended. I feel like friends been overrated. I feel like the family been faking. I feel like the feelings are changing. Feel like my daughter compromised and jaded. Feel like wanna screw and that's how I made it. Feel like I ain't feeling you all. Feel like removing myself, no feelings involved. I feel for you, I've been in the field for you. It's real for you, right? Shit, I feel like ain't nobody praying for me. Ain't nobody praying for me. Ain't nobody praying for me. Ain't nobody praying. I feel niggas been out of pocket. I feel niggas tapping their pockets. I feel like debating on who the greatest can stop it. I am legend. I feel like all of y'all is peasants. I feel like all of y'all is desperate. I feel like all it takes is a second to feel like Mike Jordan whenever holding a real mic. I ain't feeling your presence. Feel like I'ma learn you a lesson. Feel like only me and the music though. I feel like your feeling ain't mutual. I feel like the enemy you should know. Feel like the feeling of no hope. The feeling of bad dope. A quarter house manipulated from soap. The feeling of false freedom. A false freedom. The poison to fill them up in the prison. I feel like it's just me, look. I feel like I can't breathe, look. I feel like I can't sleep, look. I feel heartless often, off this feeling of falling, I'm falling apart with darkest hours lost in. Feeling the void of being employed with balling. Streets is talking, filling the blanks with coffins. Fill up the banks with dollars. Fill up the graves with fathers. Fill up the babies with bullshit. Internet blogs and pulpit, filling with gossip. I feel like there's gotta be the feeling where Pac was. The feeling of an apocalypse happening, but nothing is awkward. The feeling won't prosper. The feeling is toxic. I feel like I'm boxing demons, monsters, false prophets, scheming, sponsors, industry promises, niggas, bitches, honkies, crackers, Compton, church, religion, token, blacks in bondage, lawsuit visits, subpoena served in concert. Fuck your feelings, I mean this for imposters. I can feel it, the phoenix sure to watch us. I can feel it, the dream is more than process. I can build a regime that forms a likeness. I can feel it, the scream that haunts our logic. I feel like say some, I feel like take some. I feel like skating on, I feel like waiting for him. Maybe it's too late for him. I feel like the whole world want me to pray for him, but who the fuck praying for me? Ain't nobody praying for me. Who praying for me? Ain't nobody praying.
So yeah, that's basically everything we've been talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The false prophet.
Forgot about that song.
Yeah, it's a good one. But what else we got here? I'm the only one that looked at the document. Trump threatens Inslee in Seattle. We got that. Phase 1.5 to get protesters off the streets, I think, is a big thing that's happening. Is that they announced bars are partially open in restaurants so that people would get the fuck and just go back to regular life.
I saw
I think
that.
it's a distraction.
And school is about to be back in session.
What?
In fall, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In the fall. Okay, that makes sense.
But still, it's like...
That makes sense.
Because school's over now, but yeah, it's coming back. But
I'm not supposed to go back to work till September. Yeah. And they said like if shit like actually doesn't change by then, like it could be longer than that. But
yeah,
it's just like that's the date that they chose was September.
The source that I have on education, will not name her, is that they're going back, but everyone's got to wear a face guard and a mask, including students. So,
dude, that's so weird.
I have this idea. I'm like, dang, how do I tell like someone that I know in education, like, because they're trying to figure out different ways to teach, and I'm like, if they had like kind of like groups of kids or like your cohort, basically same age, same grade, and y'all just everybody basically has one classroom they go to every day, and the teachers rotate. Mm-hmm. So it's like the kids they wouldn't interact with anybody outside of their cohort. There's no like outside group lunches, everything like, but I don't even know if that's possible. But that's just because they're like thinking like half days, or thinking like one half of the school goes to school Monday through Wednesday, and the other half goes like Thursday, Friday, or half day Wednesday or something like that. But I was thinking like if they can get the kids to be stable, and then just have other people move, it might work. But I don't know.
It's gonna be hard.
Private schools,
they're really trying to figure hella shit out.
That's gonna be hard.
Private stuff is a little different, kind of like what you were just talking about. Because my friend works they bring students from China over. He works for that company and does all that. And I think that's kind of part of it. Of they're going to be in like small, specialized little groups and away from each other. But we'll see. Essentially, we will see. What else we got here?
When are we supposed to be into like phase 3?
We're not in phase 2 yet.
Yeah.
We're in 1.5. I thought it was supposed to be July, but it's probably not. So
September? So probably like September, yeah. That's okay.
I don't fuck with nobody right now, so 1.5 I'm cool with. /2.
I've been saving.
I just want to leave.
You been
I just
saving?
want to get out of here.
Like money?
I'm chilling.
I've been saving too, but I've also, now we've been like, we bought stuff. But we have spent like money on like takeout. Like at least once a week.
I've been doing more than that. I'm saving my money for that PS5.
Man. How much is that shit?
They haven't announced
It's like
yet,
$700.
They were saying like
What the
They
fuck?
said 800, but I think it's gonna be like $599.
They better do some payment
It's
plans.
gotta be like 5. It's gotta be in the 5.
It's gonna
Niggas
be-
really
it's
have
gonna be
spent
about
that
6.
like in the past on.
Oh yeah.
I thought video game systems were only like $200.
No.
Fuck no.
I haven't bought
That's that
literally
Christmas
since
sale.
I haven't bought a gaming system since like the first Xbox.
I got a PS4, but we basically just use it to stream stuff now.
The first
I don't play
Xbox had to been like 300 when it first came out too.
Yeah, see, that's why I assumed that it stayed at that.
No.
Them joints is expensive,
The
bro.
PS5 launch was today, and it was like watching a movie. I watched clips later. I didn't watch the actual launch. My friends were texting through it, and I was like, mute this group chat. But I saw
Wait, so
some
it's not
stuff
even
later,
for
I was
sale
like,
yet?
Damn, no, it's coming this.
They just announced it today.
Coming later this year.
That it's coming.
Oh, see, they're gonna do it like right during the holidays, and that when they
for
usually
sure.
try to do it.
They're gonna kick off it for sure.
And all of us,
Yeah, because people are all up in their cribs and shit too. They're probably gonna have the biggest sale of their lives.
The best tweet, that I saw was, "Is PlayStation Black owned?" And someone quoted and said, "It will be after I buy it." That shit was good. I wrote, "J.K. Rowling is a bitch ass bitch."
but we're all still gonna watch Harry Potter.
Well, Harry Potter's over.
I mean, but it's still on like HBO Max.
Fantastic Beasts, man. Hurt.
Oh yeah, that new one's coming. But so for context, she put out a bunch of like anti-transgender
She's
stuff.
been against the trans community.
It's craziness.
And Harry Potter himself, Daniel Radcliffe, posted a statement that was like, "Nah, trans people are women are women." And
She's probably like, "Nigga, you work for me."
Hey, he said he's like,
You
my
character.
career wouldn't be like this if it wasn't for you. But like, pretty much, he was like, "Fuck you."
That's literally what his statement said. It was like, "I wouldn't be anywhere I am without these books." But eat a dick.
Yeah.
I don't understand why she like.
Understandable.
When I first saw it, because she's been saying this kind of stuff for a while. When I first saw it, I was like kind of shocked. I was like, "Why are you're this like weird conservative on this?" It's like it feels so random. Like not on anything else, but like on that.
Because she's so supportive of like everything else.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's the one thing she's like, no.
Crossed the line.
Yeah.
You crossed the line.
Not to take the humor out, but I had a conversation with somebody recently where it's like, I've had to like relearn a lot of things in my life just because of how I was raised. And sometimes even now, I'm not going to say who it is, but like I see a Instagram story and they're using very feminine filters. And I was like having to reckon with myself of like, why does that borderline make me feel uncomfortable? And had to like do some research, and then
What are feminine filters?
like little like it like puts like a makeup thing on him, and it's like little hearts above his head, and he's doing like just like
Hearts are feminine?
You know what the fuck
I know.
I'm
I'm trapping you. Don't.
I know
it's
you
okay.
You know what the fuck
We
I'm
need to
talking
do
about.
a workshop.
But the thing that I was reckoning with was
Nigga
like
got butterflies on his face.
I don't know. You know, he had like he made his eyes like kind of bright, and I just felt uncomfortable. Like I don't know. He put a halo over his head.
eyelashes are 2 times longer than they should be.
it was. But the point was is that like Perry does that, and it's never bothered him once. And so I was like,
Perry's a pretty nigga. What's up?
He had a pretty Perry EP. So I had to reckon with that, and then came to terms of like why I had felt that way in the past. I don't know why someone with so much money and resources can't do the basic work. I'm not trying to like pat myself on the back, but it was like I just literally recently sit and be like, I'm not like fuck this guy and I'm never gonna support him, but it was like this weird inkling feeling of like
This shoulder thing you keep doing.
what the fuck is this guy doing? You know what the fuck I'm talking about.
That
You
is
got me all
crazy.
confused with all the bullshit. But you know what I'm talking about.
I'm just trying to make you stutter.
That's crazy. I understand that though.
Yeah, I agree. That's why it's kind of weird. But she quadrupled down on her stance, and it's basically like, I mean, y'all niggas can't cancel me. I'm set for life. So
she's already succeeded, huh?
Yeah, they can't Disney can't all of a sudden be like, well, we're gonna cut you out of Harry Potter. I'm sure all that shit's so ironclad. It don't matter. Which it sucks, but it's like
it's the reality of things.
Yeah, I'm like, dang, you were cool. Like you didn't have to
do all this.
Yeah, you didn't have to say anything. You could just have felt like that and not said shit. I don't know.
She's cool with Dumbledore being gay.
Yeah, she's cool with literally everything
not
else.
Cool with trans lives, bro.
I feel like, so to me, when you're that, and this is just my like small amount of time studying psych, to me, when you're that against it, it means like something happened to you or something like that.
Oh, like it's
to where you're like you're taking it really personal. Like I don't know. That's sometimes what I feel like.
Yeah,
like maybe there's something else with that to where you just feel the need to really press it, like push back on that because you have no reason to. Like,
no, I feel that.
No reason.
That's fucking sad.
Yeah.
What about Starbucks though?
Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
How is that real when they were like literally weeks ago, they were saying if you go up to a Starbucks and say Black Lives Matter, they were giving away free Frappuccinos. I don't understand that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Are we sure this is true?
Yeah.
How do you know this is true?
I don't know either.
Did you talk to a Starbucks person?
No, I read the articles. They fucking put out the thing. You can't wear...
They must have told their employees not to.
You can't wear Black Lives Matter things on you, which... I don't know what employees are trying to wear, but like, they also wear pride stuff all the time. Like they wear like those like rainbow flag pins and some more shit. Like
I just what I'm saying. I'm like
I don't know what people are trying to wear. Like someone must have really come in there.
Or was it really Starbucks, or was it like one Starbucks place and then they like said all of Starbucks?
It could have been.
Like it was like a manager or something, but not like, because I'm like, that wouldn't make any sense for them to be giving out free Frappuccinos if you drive up and say Black Lives Matter. But then be like, but you can't wear that shit in here though. Like, just wouldn't make.
That's also kind of bullshit.
It opens them up for.
Dude pulls up. He's got a fucking Confederate flag flying off his truck. He's like, Black Lives Matter. takes his Frappuccino.
Oh, I thought that when I heard that, I thought that shit was corny. But I didn't. Because in the past, Starbucks has been like, because they've gotten in trouble before, they show solidarity. So I'm like, I would highly doubt. Or I would highly hope that they wouldn't do that during this time after the things they've done in the past. That's why I'm like,
a statement
are we
is
sure?
Definitely coming because they are getting destroyed right now.
They just wrote a statement with everybody else about
but their
just the regular Black Lives Matter.
PR team's like,
no.
Fuck.
No. On Instagram, I looked. Their post didn't say Black Lives Matter. It was like they skated around it without actually saying the phrase.
Oh.
So that's why I thought it was true. Because like I looked at the Instagram post and it was like no hashtag in the actual. Like,
what did they
graphic.
just say? We stand against social injustice and race
unless
shit.
they deleted it or edited it, but. Starbucks.
That's interesting.
Starbucks has a really good chicken biscuit and gravy sandwich. I'll never buy that shit again.
Are you talking about their like Thanksgiving one?
Oh no, they did say Black Lives Matter on June 4th.
They got one that's
Thanksgiving
every day. It's
I didn't know they had a chicken
biscuit with gravy, chicken sausage, and it's fucking fire, bro.
And now you can't have it again. Well, you said so. They posted Black Lives Matter.
On the first, they said, we'll confront racism to create a more inclusive and just world. We stand in solidarity with our Black partners, customers, and communities. We will not be bystanders.
That doesn't, see, that's what I'm saying.
But they didn't address it. But then and then they said, read the full letter from our CEO, Kevin Johnson, visit the link in our bio. And they had another post. Didn't say it. What's the day today? 14th or some shit?
11th.
Yep,
11th. But on the 4th, they said Black Lives Matter. We're committed to being part of the change. So they did say it. It just took them 3 posts to get there. But
that's to me, that's fucking crazy. Like that. They would have to know that if they're saying that, but then in their stores they say that, they would have to know that someone's going to say something. That's what I'm saying. I'm like.
Well, I recently saw people like vandalizing Starbucks before.
I'm about to go to just my local. I know all the Starbucks by my house. I'm cool with all the people. I'm be like, just tell me the truth. Are y'all not allowed to wear Black Lives Matter shit? Like a pin or something? Is that a real thing or is that?
Right. Tell me the truth. Do you like Black people?
It's actually POCs primarily that work at my.
Totally ask. I want to know.
My Starbucks. So I'm like, I feel like
the one in Renton.
The one that we meet at. Yeah.
I want to know the truth.
That just because that makes no
really
sense.
like that fucking chicken.
I always heard of.
He's not like, I don't want to know if they really care about me, but I need to know if I need to eat there.
I've worked for Starbucks. I worked at Starbucks headquarters doing technology for them, and that fucking sucked. So
it wasn't fun.
I fucking hated it.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's fuck Starbucks with that chicken. That chicken biscuit sandwich be hitting though.
We have 10 minutes. You have a song?
Yeah, it is. I think it's called "Keep Holding On" by Phoelix.
By Avril Lavigne. That's what popped
exactly.
Keith Felix?
Nope. It's Felix spelled like Phoenix, so the O is first.
Oh, I found it. Yeah.
I'm riding, who riding with me? Gerolo Dewey. Hand me my piece and that pint of Hennessy. Some boy in my blood, I'm a pilot on pirate mission. Don't take it for granted tomorrow, no granted wishing. Witch in the alley, she told me, Lil' Mike, you ain't gon' be shit. She was sleeping in feces. Ain't one come off as arrogance that I know my worth. Seen your words and get far past your lips, I'm on 5% they like my phone, told me the ending. I'm trying to get out this message, I'm hoping this message send. I'm a sinner, all out my wish, check my sleep for another trick. This beat gon' give my haters meningitis. Been menacing and you thought it tired with something special. Look, we'll wait till I show you willpower. Tower tall like Sis, leaning all like peace. The night get me lit up, now I full of ideas. Pray for worse than niggas. I know I'd be nervous if I was thing I fear. Soon as I got the word, the other side started to stare. Got a mind to windy trees, give me melodies. Caught in some thickets, we in it just.
All I have left on here. I did say favorite album so far this year. Do you have anything?
No.
Didn't think so. Nothing? All right, great. All I got is Boldy James and Freddie Gibbs for my top 2. I actually wrote a top 10, but I'm not going to read it. Lady Antebellum, the country band, changed their name to Lady A because 13 years later they realized that Antebellum was racist. Look at this guy.
We also can't forget that the Grammys are no longer doing urban.
Oh yeah,
urban category. What is it? Urban pop or some shit like that. Urban
it's progressive R&B.
Yes,
now.
no more urban R&B or some whatever. Progressive R&B,
which is also not what it is. But
yeah,
just
someone was like, "Oh man, I can't wait to go to Progressive Outfitters."
That's pretty much it. Justice for Breonna Taylor, essentially.
Facts.
Arrest those cops, charge those cops, do literally anything. Stop writing policy and naming it after people, but not actually like serving justice. You dumb sons of bitches.
The Eric Garner chokehold act, and yet the cops who did that are walking free.
Right.
Didn't get charged.
The guy that filmed it just got out of prison and had to have a GoFundMe to get his life back together.
Nah, that shit's performative shit.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I hate all of that. New music, I wrote down Arm & Hammer. Did anyone listen to it? I like that a lot. It's Billy Woods and Elucid. Draco the Ruler had an album from prison. I did like it, but I haven't listened to it a lot. I agree with you that I wasn't in the right vibe for that. Denzel Curry with Kamasi Washington, G. Perico, and Terrace Martin. Pig's Feet.
That's a dope collab.
It was Pig's Feet, I think. It was a.
I heard about that, but I didn't watch it.
It was wild.
Don't they have? There's a video, right?
Yeah. Sleepy Hollow put out a mixtape. He's apparently got a TikTok hit.
Yeah.
He's friends with Chef G and was with Pop Smoke and all them, but somehow is getting bigger than all of them because of his TikTok hit.
7 million monthly listeners. Dude's doing it big on Spotify.
Yeah, his I saw that same tweet and it was because of the TikTok hit. I felt ashamed because I played the beat and Amy was like, I like this song. It was like a fucking drill rapper from Brooklyn. And I was like, I've heard this, but how do you know this? And she watches TikTok all the time, so
yeah.
Shout out to Amy.
They got that day in this.
Run the Jewels. I listened to about 5 songs and I was good.
I didn't even know they put out a new album.
Sounds the same as all their other shit.
They put it out recently, like last week.
Yeah, last week on like a Thursday. Meek Mill put out a Other Side of America record. It was pretty good.
I haven't listened to that yet. I didn't want to listen. I'm not ready. I don't want to hear protest songs yet.
I haven't been in music.
I haven't either.
Really, like.
I did listen to Ray Killo's album. That's the only like new album I listened to.
And then I wrote Perry down.
I need to get the files, but even though I've like heard half, but still.
Perry's album's real good.
Yes.
I like it a lot. But that is pretty much it. I was gonna say when we were talking about trans things, unless you don't want to talk about it, that we have a thing coming next week.
Yeah.
Giveaway.
When is that? When does that start?
I don't know.
Okay.
But next week.
Next week you'll be hearing about it.
We're working on it.
Yeah, we're working on it.
But next week, giveaway, day one and friends, including you have something to give away as well. For, what is it, the Okra Project?
The Okra Project, yeah, in New York.
So cool. Follow literally any of us, and we will post about that. There's a lot of good stuff to give away, so.
And we're giving it.
Put your weak ass wallets up. What's the song you want to end on, though?
End of Daze by Spillage Village.
Okay.
It's the end of days.
I did like that a lot. And
that shit was hard.
Pause.
Oh shit!
It's not on. It's not on.
It's on YouTube.
It's only on YouTube. Hold on.
Smart move.
Good thing I got that YouTube Premium.
Oh my gosh.
I don't pay for that shit. And I'll just do this while we're doing it. Anchor.fm/Free Smoke Podcast. Quick link. At Free Smoke Pod on Twitter. At Free Smoke the Podcast. Instagram. At live_musique with a Q. At Slim Plugga with 2 G's. At Day One AP. At Signal Radio SIGNL in all caps, but that's no cap.
Never losing a connection.
And we will go out on Spillage Village. I wrote End of Game. What's wrong with me? End of Days by Spillage Village.
It's the end of days, end of time. My oh my, in a blaze, you can't hide. Why oh why are the kids afraid? Mama cries. God packed his bags and said bye bye. God packed the bags and said bye bye. Why?
Before it's all said and done, I'ma spend this money Before it's all said and done, I'ma fuck these hoes, and I ain't pulling out shit but the chopper though. I end the week like Domingo and Sabado. No petty shit when you can see it's bigger problems, bro. But I'm a nigga, I kill you, you know how it go. Nonchalant on most occasions, apocalypse no different. It take a lot to phase them, take even more to kill them. I watch but I don't listen, a ox I'm pulling wagons. My mama birthed a nigga with the spirit of a dragon. On the last day of the calendar, I live like an assassin. I'ma pray before we go down with the planet. Drink some, smoke some, fuck some, young, before it's all done, tell one you love one. Drink some, smoke some, fuck some, before it's all done, tell one you love one.
When I make it to the heavens, what's the code? Do I call the phone? Security at the gate, no +1, come all alone to race of life. I took a jog along the coast. I'm trying to cope, I raise a toast and we consulted with the Most High. Told me watch my back, front, both sides. Hit a few baddies, you never smash, for y'all both die. Let the smoke rise, take the bodies to the crypts, and when the poor people run out of food, they can eat the rich. Plead the 4/5, drop one. Zombies on the block, see I come with a shot like Siaka, my pop. I got this Glock from my pops, it make the parking lot stop. We on the clock and time clock ticking. Have you forgotten that it's the end of days,
end of time, my oh my, in a blaze, you can't hide. Why oh why are the kids afraid? Mama cried, got packed his bags and said bye bye. Got packed her bags and said bye bye.
Why? It's been like apocalypse since I was on the teat. Begging work for Satan, how he preyed upon the meek. Ask too many questions, do you work for the police? They took Brother Nipsey, what a pity for the streets. Word won't give me stress, that's why I chief upon my tree. Yeah. Disconnected from the system like a weed. Niggas out in Paris, tell them right, they tell me read. Fuck with any kinfolk, you gon' have to get through weed.
Live life in cycles. Been here before, watched the sunrise, beating the art of war. I was torn between the truth of what can save me. What is bravery? We need better defense. Who is my safety in the field with people kill family to make a play? I had 26 years on earth. I made a way from the other side, from where they popping willies to the sun go down. It's always love when I come around. It's not for nothing seen it coming since the ultrasound. A man of the cloth, cold criminal minded carpet on the move. Umbilical cut, force fed, all of the rules, paid all of the dues. I need the receipts, I need the
feeling recoup. Like the Lord left the room. Dead bodies rising from the tomb. Damn Daniel, as we finna meet our MF doom. Mask on, mask off, face the future like high noon. The news keep on saying we'll die soon. So sit back and roll up the my tunes. And if I'm gone before the end of the song, just tell my mom I ain't get rich yet, but I try to. Shit, I need a new planet to fly to.
It's the end of days, end of time. My oh my, in a blaze, you can't hide. Why oh why are the kids afraid? Mama cried, got back his bags and said bye bye. Got back her bags and said bye bye. Start to cry as we look for love. Dying deep inside, lonely kisses and empty hugs. Why do we live on the surface when our hearts search for the deep? Please forgive me, babe, I'm nervous, scared to go to sleep.